Spank revision.
What's up? I'm Ben, and we're doing some more freelance graphic design work. So that means we gotta roll the title card.
Freelance graphic design.
Wink. All right, so we're back with a new freelance graphic design project. Yet another Twitch streamer named Lumpy Meat, and if that sounds familiar, that's because he's really tight with Lumpy Juice, who was one of the first projects we did. There's a couple videos of me doing his shit, so go check those out too. And so yeah, Lumpy Meat. He hit me up the other day. I'll leave a link to his channel down below if you want to go check out all his stuff, watch him play some games. So we got to do a logo, a couple GIF alert animations, and some panels. This is the standard stuff. Yeah, so he actually opened up a Google Drive and he dropped in a lot of pictures for reference. So I thought it'd be cool if we take a look at that, because today we're going to be doing some character sketches for his like mascot and his logo type of deal. So let's look at some of the references he gave us. He said he wanted a Doom feel. He plays Doom a lot. Good game. Very cool game. Great soundtrack. I got a friend who could talk your ear off about how the soundtrack was made. I'm getting a lot of good ideas for a color palette from this. Dark reds with some Rick and Morty stuff. Right up my alley. Oh, that's cool. I don't even know what that's from. Yeah, kind of demonic, kind of crazy. All right, so I'm just going to start playing around doing some sketches. And I think the important thing early on is to establish a strong silhouette so he's recognizable right away, you know? Strong silhouette's always important with a character. So I'll probably just base it off simple shapes, and that'll make it easier to animate. So let's just start drawing some stuff. All right, so I think the sketching process is just about done. So I think I'm gonna go with this guy in the middle. I was playing around with shapes a lot. I started with a circle up here, and I kind of toyed around with the idea, since this is kind of related to Lumpy Juice's channel, of making the Lumpy Meat kind of like a superhero too, but then I kind of strayed away from that. And then I started playing with this rectangular shaped head, and I don't know, I just really like the way it looks. It looks goofy. When his arms are down, you'll have a very clear silhouette. And yeah, I just started messing with the body shape, and the more I simplified it, the better it looked. And then he's gonna have like lumps of mystery things in the meat. I really like his hands too, how they're just gonna be like chunks of the weird stuff that's in meat, you know? So I mean, it'll really come out once it's in color. So I think this is an interesting and fun design, and it's simple enough to animate. So let's color it in, and then yeah, so let's just color it in, and maybe I'll draw a different pose, and then we'll send it out to Lumpy Meat and see if he likes it. So let's kind of finalize this idea a little bit. All right, so here's the main concept sketched out. Made his eyes green because it seems kind of like demonish, like Doom. It kind of has a Doom feel to me. Probably mess with the color palette a little more. It's a little too red. And yeah, then we got like the mystery chunks in there to kind of add to that Lumpy Meat feel. So we're gonna send this out to Lumpy Meat real quick, and if he likes it, we will clean it up, finalize it, and rig it for animation. So they'll probably just be in the same episode, so it'll be instantaneous. All right. So we showed the client, Lumpy Meat, the sketches we drew up, said it looked good. Couple notes. He said he wanted him to be eating a cheeseburger. Maybe it's just hamburger. Let me check. Hamburger and drinking some bourbon. And then I sent him some notes on the gifts we're gonna be doing, and we had a little back and forth on that. I kind of like the idea of this pose here, and with this kind of 1,000-yard stare. I'm thinking of adding like a, let's see if we can, like a burger in this hand, you know? And have it like kind of dripping shit. And then maybe this hand could be like this. Holding his bourbon. I think that could be pretty funny looking, pretty cool looking. And then maybe, since he said he was a little surly, which means like easily tempered, I had to look it up. We could kind of maybe give him some eyelids maybe, and then it would have to be like straight face. Yeah, we could try that too. That might match his personality a little bit more. But yeah, I think this is the best idea if we're adding props in his hand. The other one I thought of could be like him sitting at a table eating the burger, but I want it to be just the figure for his like profile picture for his logo. So like, you know, like this is the guy, the mascot, this is what he looks like. And then you show him in other situations, in other aspects of the brand. Like for the GIF alerts, it won't be him holding this shit all the time. He's gonna be doing different things. And for his banner, like his banner, I'm thinking will be a good spot for him to be sitting and actually eating the burger. But yeah, I just want to try to keep this silhouette because of his head. I just love the shape of his head. So I want to try to keep the silhouette as much as possible. So let's do a nice, pretty, clean, well, semi-clean version of this, because then we're gonna take it into Illustrator and then vectorize it so then we can get it to the right size. All right, let's do it. Oh my God, I finally put a new nib on my pen. It feels so fucking different. That other one I was using was haggard, man. It's just, I feel like it's so slick now. I did the one with the spring in it. Holy shit, this was the one. This was the one for me. All right, here's the logo vectorized. Looking pretty much the same. At the point where I'm at with drawing in Illustrator, I always do lose a little bit of detail when I transfer it over. Still trying to figure out how the brushes really work in Illustrator. So, I mean, yeah, you can see that there's a little difference in like the choppiness of the meat on the top of his head and other places like that. And I can't really get it to the line weight. It's a little difficult to deal with. But yeah, so it looks pretty much the same. And the reason we bring it into Illustrator is so no matter what size we need, it'll always be like in high definition and it will always look good. And this will be a good base for when I start animating, so I won't have to redraw the whole thing from scratch each time. I can just kind of mess with the vectors that I already have, because when I make the GIFs, the size of it is so small, at like 400 by 400 pixels. It's impossible to draw that in Photoshop that small. So yeah, we're gonna send this out to Lumpy Meat, the client. I'm really happy with this design. I think it has a lot of character to it and it looks really cool. So we'll see what he thinks, and then the next episode we'll get started on some GIFs. Thanks for watching.